Hi, my name is Tessa from Connecticut Sea Grant and Yukon Extension. Today we're here at the Quinebaug Fish Hatchery, one of the largest facilities of its kind in the United States. They grow 4 different types of trout. Let's dive in and learn just how they do that.
We are a full production system in terms of producing our own eggs to a catchable size trout. So the industry would typically call this egg to plate. We call it egg to catchable size fish because we are releasing these fish into the wild. We have a little over 130 fish tanks, 134 to be exact. We are pumping 12 wells continuously, 365 days a year to provide these trout constant supply of fresh, cool, well-oxygenated water. In our 3 main production areas, we are hand feeding the fish, but in our intermediate rearing building, we are automated through these series of feed hoppers and spinners that are controlled by an intricate computer system. These fish are getting anywhere from 1 to 6% of their body weight per day, 365 days a year. We're currently feeding about 1 ton of fish food each and every day. That could be as much as 2 tons of fish food depending on our production cycle.
All right, so today we are spawning rainbows. The strain is white sulfurs. First, to begin, we corral them up in the raceway, and then we set up our bins. So our first bin has a mixture of MS-222. It's an anesthetic that helps knock the fish out so we can handle them better. The guys check them to see if they have good eggs, and once they determine that, they hand them to us, and then we spawn all of the eggs into the bowls. We take our males and we squirt the milk into the bowl on top. They go into a bowl off to the side, and then after we have someone take that bowl, wait a couple minutes, and then they rinse the eggs off to get everything out of the eggs. They go into a bucket of fresh water, and those will water harden in that bucket for anywhere from 1 to 4 hours. After we measure all of our eggs out, we determine how many eggs we got in total. And then after that, we disinfect them with iodine in a bath where they have to sit for 10 minutes, and then they come up and we put them in our incubator trays. So in the incubators, especially for rainbows, once we put them down, we do not handle them or touch the incubators for 18 days. It takes probably about 10 days for them to hatch, and then about another 10 to 12 days on top of that for them to be big enough and healthy enough and their sacs absorbed enough to go into our big tanks, where they will finish out until we can bring them out into our intermediate building.
We currently produce about 600,000 catchable sized trout each year. 80% of the fish stocked at a Quinebaug Valley Trout Hatchery are for a put and take fishing program, and that is where we expect our anglers to go out and catch and keep these fish for harvest. We also produce a lot of fish for our trout parks and special regulations waters, where we're trying to encourage our youth to go out and be able to catch and keep some fish and just provide a recreational service for our citizens of Connecticut.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you learned a lot about trout culture. Make sure to join us for our next segment